everybody, Tyrone the God 3 here, and welcome to part 43A. I'm calling this one 43A because it's gonna be a filler episode. I'm basically gonna call this filler episode and the next filler episode Pokeblock filler. I call it that because you basically need Pokeblocks to do both of these events right here, and I just want to show them off. I'm not taking any of them seriously. We just got the Pokeblock from this contestant registration woman right here, and basically it allows you to enter. You can enter a contest now that you have the Pokeblock. You can also do something else when you have the Pokeblock, but I'll show it off next episode. You already seen me walk inside of it. But basically, once you have the Pokeblocks, you can take all of your berries that you picked, during your journey, and you can put them into this thing called the berry blender. And you can work with other people that are standing right there, and you can check the tags of your berries to determine which berry you get. And each of the berries increases one of the Pokemon's overall contest stats. And contest stats are quite different from battle stats. We've got spicy, dry, sweet, bitter, and sour. Now correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think spicy increases coolness, dryness increases beauty, sweet increases cute, bitter increases smartness, and sour increases toughness. Yeah. So once you have all of these berries, once you have the berry you want ready, you can throw it into the berry blender. Some berries will obviously be two things. Like one berry could be spicy and dry at the same time, although I don't know who would eat such a thing. Anyway, it'd be spicy and dry at the same time. Another berry could be sweet and sour at the same time. And once you have these type of berries, it'll increase the Pokemon's contest stats via when they eat the Pokeblock. And right now we're entering the berry blending machine little contest game, mini game, whatever. And the goal here is to click A when the arrow reaches your arrow. And as you can see, I did pretty well from trying for the first time in over years. But yeah, once you have that, you can keep making berries. And you'll need these berries in order to increase your Pokemon for the appeal round of the contest. The appeal round is basically the first round of the contest where the audience and the judges look at your Pokemon and pretty much rate it based on attraction. Now, since I don't take this contest seriously at all, and I don't want to waste you all's time with me grinding towards this contest, because I've actually done that in previous Emerald playthroughs. I've literally tried to break down the math and science of the contest, and I've tried to beat them just because I was bored and figured it'd be some fun to do. But in this episode, I'm not really taking it seriously. I get third place at the most. That's because I'm not, like I said, I'm not really trying in this contest. I'm just sort of showing it here to show it off. Because I know you as the viewers won't take this really seriously. It's not going to be a make or break for the entire LP. Like I said, this is a filler episode, so if you want to, you can literally skip it. It's not part of the Emerald LP. You can literally just go ahead and watch episode 43, the actual episode 43, instead of watching 43A. So yeah, and I'm kind of glad I'm able to make these fillers, though. I can just play around with Pokemon rather than try to accomplish something every episode. I know in this episode I don't have to accomplish anything major, just gotta enter the contest. I didn't do too well in that one. But the faster you make the berry, the more successful the blend becomes. And as you all can see, when I go into my key items, I'm basically going to show off the 3 berries I made using the raspberry as my main berry, because I knew that it was spicy. And I'm going to give it to Grovyle, because Grovyle is going to enter the contest today. I decided to use Grovyle because it was the only Pokemon I could think of at the time. You have to watch out, though. There's a certain thing it says feels like a 20, but is a 12. If the Pokemon is so-so about the Pokeblock that it's eating, then it will have, these stats will increase based on the main number. If the Pokemon really likes the berry, and there's a chart somewhere to show which Pokemon likes the taste of what berry. So yeah, there's a chart, and then later on in Diamond and Pearl, they get more particular. They tell you what berry or what Pokeblock this Pokemon likes to eat or prefers to eat. So but they don't use Pokeblocks, they use Poffins. But I digress. Anyway, the when a Pokemon eats something disdainfully, like it'll say Grovyle disdainfully ate the Pokeblock, then the Pokemon won't get the most of that Pokeblock. Right now I'm showing off how your Pokemon's moves look if you go to the contest section of your Pokemon status list. If you go to the contest section, you can see which moves are used in cool contests, which ones are used in smart, which ones are used in tough, which ones are used in beauty, and which ones are used in cuteness. So it's a nice way to find out what moveset your Pokemon has before you enter the contest. Now I know Trizzard doesn't have 4 cool moves like it should, but like I said, I'm not taking this contest seriously at all. That's why I'm kind of limited to just the quick attack and leaf blade as of now. So right now we're about to show off exactly what I was talking about earlier, the appeal round. This guy goes ahead and uses Poochyena. He names it Poochie. He gets a couple of hearts. A lot of people are starting to like it. This lady shows off an Aeron called Ronar. Pretty good. This lady shows off a Whisper called Riss. Alright, and then I show off Trizzard. So yeah, there's my Trizzard, and it gets quite a couple of fans. Now be warned, you can't just go straight into... You can, but you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. You can go straight into a contest, but if you go into a contest without increasing any of your Pokemon's contest stats, then they're not going to get any like fans. No, there's going to be no fans for that Pokemon in the appeal round. So right now, here comes the battling section of the contest, or the basically the section where you show off your attacks. Each of these attacks do very different things, and like for example, the quick attack I use right now is a cool attack that ensures that I'll be first next turn. Now, there's something to be warned. You cannot use an attack twice in a row. Like, I can't use quick attack next turn. And if you do, then it more than likely won't get much applause, because no one likes to see the same thing done twice in a row. So, yeah. And there's also, what you're trying to do in this situation is that you're trying to get the most hearts, because that's basically the most attention, the most appeal. And, when you get those hearts going up, it's your overall stature increases, and then when it's time to judge, it'll show based off the performance that you did during this section. See all those little hearts on those strings went up. It's basically showing who's in the lead, who's far behind, and you know, all of that other stuff. Now, that little applause thing you all saw where the applause was roaring and the red, the red dots, that's basically the applause getting hyped up. And when they reach their maximum hypeness, then the Pokemon will earn several hearts when they've reached maximum hypeness. Now, unfortunately, Poochie got the better of it and got the most applause because of its performance. Thankfully, though, Riss used Astonish, which should lower some of Poochie's hearts, making it not as far, but it's still in the lead as of now. Unfortunately, if you use a Pokemon's smart move or tough move or beauty or cute in a cool contest, or you know, any other situation, like if I use a tough move in a cute contest or whatever, then that Pokemon won't receive any appeal for real. Like, yeah, he'll get some hearts, but the applause will, you know, go down because the Pokemon ended up using a move that wasn't in the contest, that wasn't permitted. See, Riss's cuteness didn't go over well here, so it didn't receive any applause cheering for it. I go ahead and use Quick Attack, which ensures that I'll move next turn. Certain Pokemon moves do different things, like Riss, a lot of like Uproar and Screech and moves like that. They ensure that the Pokemon's condition can get better, like Roar just did. Some Pokemon have the ability to screw up all the Pokemon that performed before it by messing with their like hearing and stuff. Some Pokemon have the ability to prevent themselves from being affected by like using Iron Defense or something, like I think Ronar uses later in this contest, to stop it from getting affected by the other Pokemon. And then some Pokemon like my Trizzle's Quick Attack ensures that the next turn he goes first. And then there's other Pokemon who use moves that screw up everybody's turns. Like, nobody knows whose turn is next. And unfortunately, Poochyena here, takes advantage of me going first. And the applause gets the hype of it all because he went first. He got the crowd going the most because he timed it correctly. So more or less, it's mostly like there's a lot to focus on during these contests. Like, there's a lot to pay attention to. What turn do you go in? What level is the applause at? So that once they get really hyped up, you can use the right move to get the most hearts. Can you defend yourself if a Pokemon tries to screw you over? What if you want the applause? Hell, I've seen some people actually make the applause go down so that they can so that they can take advantage of when it's their turn to do the appeal. That way, when it's their turn, the applause can get at its maximum. So yeah, there's several things you have to worry about in the middle of these contest battles, like what time you think is right to use a certain attack, what movesets are you going to use, are you going to screw with the other Pokemon, are you going to time your way to hit the applause. Yeah, there's a lot of factors to consider in this contest. So yeah, like right now, I think Riss uses Screech, and what that Screech does is I don't know if it affects the I don't know if Screech is a cool move or not. If it is, then yeah, it's a smart move. Yeah, Screech is a smart move, so the applause went down. Some people actually do that on purpose so that they can so that they can time it right. Once the appeals are over, they try to check to see, and then they'll combine your appeals with your round 2 performances, and then that'll determine who the winner is. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get first place, but like I said, I didn't really care, more or less. I do know in the preliminary appeal rounds, I got the most fans though. So yeah, that's something to pay attention to. Yeah, but unfortunately in round 2, I didn't do as well as I wanted to. But that's mostly because during I didn't have a lot of cool moves. I only had Quick Attack and Leaf Blade, but obviously I can't ruin Trizzle's moveset in an attempt to just win this one contest for this one episode. I just more or less wanted to show it off. It doesn't really play a major role here. It was just something to like show off to you all, the viewers, for those of y'all who weren't familiar with the contest here. So with that said, yeah, I take 3rd place. It's all good. And then once you complete your first contest, this interviewer right here will like talk to you and tell you to give your opinion on the contest that you were just in. So yeah, being in contests is it's a nice little mini hobby for if you want to earn ribbons and go into masters, and yeah, you get trophies for it. So it's all right. What do I think? I think the contest was cool because, you know, I was in the cool contest. So yeah, I just put that in order to be funny. So yeah. Well, like I said, I remember one time I really did just go out of my way to enter the contest. I remember one time I had a team just specifically made for contests. It was pretty good. And I think you more or less can have a team devoted to that because there's 6 different attributes. So you can have 6 Pokemon, 1 for each attribute. 1 smart, 1 tough, 1 beauty, 1 cute, 1 cool, 1 tough. So yeah. Other than that, I pretty much give my overall opinion. And that's the end of this contest episode. In the next filler episode, we will go to the Safari Zone. And I will talk about the method there. So see y'all, Tyrone the God 3, everybody, out.